My fiancé's work husband was always at our house, and she told me I was insecure and controlling for questioning it. She finally left me for him, saying, "I need an equal, not a possessive child." I just helped her pack. Now she is begging me to take her back, after her equal emptied their new joint account and disappeared. She called me at work yesterday. First time in 3 months. Voice shaking, asking if we could meet. I told her I had 5 minutes before a meeting. That's when she told me Tyler had disappeared with $40,000 of her money. All I could think was, saw that coming from a mile away. Let me back up, because this took 2 years to unfold and I watched every red flag she ignored. I'm Frank, 44 years old, run a plumbing business with 3 employees. Not fancy, but it's honest work and pays well. Met Jessica 3 years ago at a hardware store. She was trying to figure out plumbing supplies for a broken sink. I helped her out, we got coffee, one thing led to another. Jessica was 38, worked as a senior sales rep at a tech company downtown. Smart, ambitious, good at her job. She didn't mind that I came home dirty or that my truck always smelled like PVC cement. Said she respected that I built something real with my hands. We clicked fast. She moved into my house after 6 months, got engaged after a year. Life was good. We'd cook dinner together, she'd tell me about her deals, I'd share customer stories. Normal stuff. Then Tyler got hired as the new sales director at her company. First I heard about him was 2 years ago. Jessica came home excited about the new boss who was going to transform their department. Fine, whatever. New management always talks big. But Tyler became a constant topic. His morning meetings were revolutionary. His sales strategies were next level. Every dinner conversation somehow circled back to Tyler's latest brilliant move. "Sounds like quite the guru," I said one night. "He really is incredible. 20 years in Silicon Valley. We're lucky to have him." About a month in, she mentions their work spouses. Dropped it casual like it meant nothing. "Everyone jokes that Tyler's my work husband. We just work really well together." The term bugged me, but I kept quiet. People say stupid stuff at offices. I've had work partners too. Long as it stayed at work, whatever. Except it didn't stay at work. Tyler started texting her evenings and weekends. Her phone would buzz during dinner. "Tyler needs input on tomorrow's pitch." She'd be typing away during movies. Just Tyler strategizing about the Henderson account. "Can't that wait until Monday?" I asked once. "Sales doesn't stop at 5, Frank." 3 months after Tyler arrived, Jessica suggests inviting him for dinner. "He's going through a divorce, doesn't know many people here. Would be nice to include him." I agreed, because why not? Wanted to size up this guy she couldn't stop talking about. Tyler showed up in a car I later learned was a lease he couldn't afford. Brought expensive wine and immediately started the charm offensive. My house was authentic. My cooking was refreshingly unpretentious. Everything had that subtle dig wrapped in a compliment. He dominated dinner with stories about deals he'd closed, companies he'd transformed, connections he had in the industry. Kept calling me buddy and chief like we were old pals. Jessica absorbed every word. "Must be tough running a small operation," he said to me at one point. "All that manual labor, I respect guys who work with their hands." The way he said respect sounded like pity. After he left, Jessica was glowing. "See, I told you he was amazing. He's something all right." That dinner was a mistake. Now Tyler had a foothold. Started dropping by after work to review presentations, showing up weekends to prep for Monday meetings. Always had some urgent project that required Jessica's input at our kitchen table. I'd get home from job sites and find Tyler sprawled on my couch with his laptop, Jessica next to him going over spreadsheets. He'd look up and give me that perfect smile. "Frank the Tank, don't mind us, just crushing these numbers." Frank the Tank. He'd latched onto that after Jessica mentioned I played high school football 25 years ago. Made it sound pathetic. "Don't you have an office?" I asked once. Jessica shot me a look. "We're being productive. Why does it matter where we work?" "Because this is our home, not a WeWork." "God, Frank, it's just Tyler. Stop being weird." Weird. I was weird for not wanting her boss in my living room 4 nights a week. The pattern emerged quick. I'd object to Tyler's constant presence. Jessica would call me insecure and controlling. We'd fight. Nothing would change. Tyler would keep showing up. "You're threatened by him," she said during one argument. "I'm not threatened. I'm annoyed that he's always here." "Because he's successful?" Because he's educated? Because he's in my house more than my own brother. Maybe if you understood professional relationships. I understand boundaries, something you and Tyler apparently don't. She slept in the guest room that night. First of many times. The overnight trip started 8 months in. Sales conferences that required both of them, weekend strategy sessions in other cities. Always separate rooms, she assured me. Always strictly business. It's Tyler, she'd say when I raised concerns. He's like my brother. Brothers don't look at their sisters the way Tyler looked at her. But pointing that out just got me another lecture about my toxic masculinity and trust issues. I started paying attention to details. How she'd spend an hour getting ready for work dinners with Tyler. How she'd light up when his texts came through. How she started criticizing things about me she'd never mentioned before. You should dress better, she said one night, eyeing my work clothes. I just got home from replacing a sewer line. Tyler manages to look professional after long days. Tyler sits in air conditioning. I work in crawl spaces. I'm just saying you could make more effort. Then came the competence digs. I should read more business books. Think about scaling instead of staying comfortable. Consider getting an MBA. Tyler thinks you have potential, she said once. You just need bigger vision. I don't need Tyler's approval for my business. That attitude is why you'll always be small time. Small time. There it was. The contempt she'd been hiding. The breaking point came during our anniversary. I'd made reservations at her favorite restaurant. She texted at 6 saying she'd be late. Emergency client issue. I waited an hour before she texted again. Still tied up. Tyler and I need to handle this. Rain check? I drove to her office. Found them in the conference room with takeout containers laughing about something on Tyler's phone. Not a spreadsheet in sight. Frank? What are you doing here? It's our anniversary. The look on her face, complete blank. She'd forgotten entirely. Oh God, this deal got complicated and... It's fine, I said. It wasn't. Tyler jumped up. Man, this is my fault. I should have realized. You two go ahead. But Jessica was already shaking her head. We can't leave now. The client's expecting a proposal first thing. Right, the client. I looked at the empty takeout boxes, the lack of papers, Tyler's phone still showing what looked like vacation photos. I'll see you at home. She came home after midnight, full of excuses. I pretended to be asleep. Easier than fighting about it. The relationship died by inches after that. She stopped wearing her engagement ring to work, claimed it interfered with typing. Started gym sessions with Tyler because fitness is part of networking. Bought new clothes that were more executive, tighter and more expensive. I brought up couples counseling, too busy. Suggested boundaries with Tyler. I was sabotaging her career. Asked point blank if she had feelings for him. She exploded. How dare you? Tyler is my mentor, my colleague. The fact that you can't handle me having a successful male friend shows how insecure you are. It's not about him being male. It's about him monopolizing your time and you letting him. I'm investing in my career, something you'd understand if you had any ambition beyond fixing toilets. Fixing toilets. Like honest work was something shameful. I think you should stay at your sister's tonight, I said. Are you seriously kicking me out? I'm asking for space. She packed a bag and left. Stayed gone 3 days. Came back like nothing happened, but I was done pretending. Told her straight, either establish professional boundaries with Tyler or we're through. You're giving me an ultimatum about my career? I'm giving you a choice about our relationship. Tyler is essential to my professional growth. Then you've made your choice. 2 weeks later, she started moving out. Not all at once. That would have meant admitting what was happening. Just gradually taking things. Each trip felt like watching our life together dissolve. The final conversation was almost predictable. She came by on a Saturday, Tyler waiting in his leased BMW outside like a getaway driver. I need a partner who understands ambition, she said. Someone who operates at my level. Tyler operates at your level? He gets what I'm trying to build. We have a vision. A vision that requires him being in our living room every night. I'm choosing growth over stagnation, choosing someone who sees my potential. I saw your potential. I just also saw through his bullshit. This is exactly why we can't work. You're too limited in your thinking. Tyler and I are going to build something amazing together. In business and everything else. Just say it, Jessica. You're leaving me for Tyler. I'm leaving because you're holding me back. Tyler just helped me see that. And that was it. 3 years, an engagement, a life we built, gone because some smooth talker convinced her I was beneath her. I helped load her things into Tyler's trunk while he sat texting. He gave me a little wave as they drove off, like he'd won something. The house felt strange after that. Empty but also lighter. No more coming home to Tyler on my couch, no more being told I lacked vision, no more feeling like a failure in my own home. Threw myself into work, took every job, expanded into commercial properties, better than sitting around thinking. Started hitting the gym again, reconnected with friends I'd neglected. Even went on a few dates, though nothing serious. Jessica plastered her new life all over social media. Moved in with Tyler after just 2 weeks. Constant posts about their power couple status, their synergy, their plans to launch a consulting firm together. Every photo staged to show success. My buddy Sean kept me updated. She's posting about their joint ventures now. Looks like they started some company. Good for them. You okay, man? Getting there. And I was. 3 months post Jessica, I'd found my rhythm again. Business was thriving. Landed a contract with a property management company that kept my guys busy. Even hired a 4th employee. Small-time success, but it was mine. Then yesterday happened. I was at a commercial site checking pipe layouts when my phone rang. Jessica's number. Almost didn't answer. Frank? Her voice sounded different. Stressed. Yeah? Can we meet? Please? It's important. I'm working. Please. Just 20 minutes. I need help. Something in her voice made me agree. We met at a coffee shop downtown. She looked rough. Designer clothes wrinkled, makeup smudged, hands shaking. What's wrong? Tyler's gone. He took everything and disappeared. Took what? The money, all of it. My savings, the business investment, everything I put into our joint account for the company. How much? About $40,000. Everything I had plus a loan from my parents. I couldn't help it. I laughed. You gave Tyler 40 grand? It wasn't like that. We were business partners. The consulting firm was real. We had clients, contracts, an office. And? Monday morning, the office was cleared out. Business accounts empty. His phone disconnected. The apartment we were renting, he'd never put his name on the lease. Landlord says Tyler gave notice weeks ago. What about your clients? Tyler handled the finances. Turns out he'd been collecting deposits and keeping them in a personal account I didn't have access to. Told me it was for tax purposes. Did you call the police? They took a report, but said it's complicated since I authorized him on the accounts. My lawyer says I might have a case for fraud, but Tyler's vanished. Even his LinkedIn is gone. So why call me? She looked at me with tears starting. I made a terrible mistake. I see that now. Which part? Leaving me for your work husband, or trusting him with your life savings? Don't be cruel. Cruel? You told me I was small time, said I had no ambition. Called my work fixing toilets like it was beneath you. I was confused. Tyler made everything sound possible, made me believe I was destined for more than a plumber, just say it, than an ordinary life. But Frank, what we had wasn't ordinary. It was real. I see that now. Convenient timing. I know how it looks, but losing everything made me realize what actually matters. You matter. We mattered. Past tense is right. It doesn't have to be. She reached for my hand. I pulled back. I want to come home, Frank. I want my ring back. We can start over. Where are you staying? My sister's couch. She's not thrilled about the situation. Says I got what I deserved. Smart woman. My company put me on unpaid leave pending an investigation. Apparently Tyler had been falsifying sales numbers, and I signed off on reports without verifying them. They might terminate me. So you're broke, probably jobless and homeless, and now you want to come back. That's not why. Sure it is. I'm safe, stable. The exact things you said were holding you back. I was wrong. Tyler twisted everything, made me see problems that weren't there. Tyler didn't make you do anything. You chose him. Chose potential over reality. Chose ambition over loyalty. I know I hurt you, but people make mistakes, Frank. Don't you believe in forgiveness? I looked at her for a long moment. This woman I'd loved, who'd thrown it away for a con man's promises. I forgive you, Jessica. But forgiveness doesn't mean erasure. Doesn't mean I take you back because your upgrade turned out to be a scam. So that's it? 3 years and you won't even consider it? You ended those 3 years when you chose him, when you let him into our home, our life, when you decided I wasn't enough. What am I supposed to do now? Same thing I did when you left. Pick up the pieces and move forward. I have nothing, Frank. Less than nothing. I owe my parents $20,000. You have the same thing I had when you walked out. A lesson learned, and a chance to do better. She stood up, defeated. For what it's worth, I really did love you. You loved the security I provided, until someone convinced you to trade it for potential. That's not fair. Fair is me not rubbing this in your face right now. Fair is meeting you at all instead of blocking your number. This is as fair as it gets. She left without another word. I finished my coffee and went back to the job site. Had pipes to connect, problems to solve, real work for real pay. Sean called later. Heard about Jessica, you okay? Better than okay. Dodged a bullet. She wanted you back? Of course she did. Tyler took her money and ran. Tale as old as time. You consider it? For about 2 seconds. Then I remembered her calling me small time for not thinking bigger. Guess Tyler thought big enough for both of them. Last night I sat in my house, my paid-for house with my successful business and my intact savings, thinking about vision and ambition. Jessica was right about one thing. I don't think big in the way she meant. Don't dream about conquering industries or disrupting markets. I dream about steady work, satisfied customers, and employees who can support their families. Dream about being able to retire without worrying about money. Dream about building something real that can't be dissolved with a bank transfer. Small-time dreams, maybe. But they're mine, and they don't require trusting someone who calls me buddy while plotting to steal my fiancée. This morning, Jessica texted, I realize you're hurt, but I hope someday you'll understand that I was manipulated too. Tyler is a predator who targets ambitious women. I responded, Tyler is a con man who targets people who think they're too good for their current life. He didn't manipulate you. He showed you what you wanted to see. She texted back, this is why we didn't work. You never supported my dreams. I supported you, I just didn't support Tyler camping in our living room. You are always so rigid about everything. Maybe I am rigid. But my rigidity meant I saw through Tyler immediately. Meant I protected my finances when she didn't. Meant I still have my business while she's looking at bankruptcy. Sometimes rigid is just another word for having boundaries. Tyler's probably running the same game in another city now. New company, new work spouse, new joint ventures to fund his lifestyle. Guys like him don't change. They just change locations when the heat gets too high. Jessica will recover eventually, get a new job, rebuild her savings, hopefully learn to spot con artists. Maybe she'll find someone else, someone safe who she won't take for granted this time. Or maybe she'll chase another Tyler, another promise of extraordinary success. Not my problem anymore. My problem today is a backed-up main line at an apartment complex and an estimate for repiping a 1960s ranch house. Small-time problems with small-time solutions. The kind that pay the bills and let me sleep sound at night. Jessica thought I lacked vision because I couldn't see the potential Tyler was selling. But I saw it clear as day. The potential for disaster when you trust someone who needs to be in your living room to feel important. She chose growth over stability, chose potential over proven, chose a guy who called me Frank the Tank over the man who would have married her. Hope that growth was worth 40 grand and a career setback. Hope that potential was worth losing someone who actually gave a damn. As for me, I'll keep fixing toilets and snaking drains and running my small-time business. Keep dating women who pay for their own dinners and don't have work husbands. Keep building a life that can't be emptied with a few clicks. Tyler was right about one thing. I am small time. Too small time to fall for his bullshit. Too small time to risk everything on someone else's promises. Too small time to think success means stepping on people who trust you. I'll take small time over scam time any day. Jessica wanted an equal, someone who operated at her level. Turns out her level included fraud, theft, and abandonment. My level might be ground floor, but at least it's solid under my feet. She'll figure it out, or she won't. Either way, not my problem. I've got pipes to fix.